In this video, we will understand the operating system. An operating system is a program which acts as an interface between the user and the computer hardware. The interface enables a user to utilize hardware resources very efficiently. Operating system is an organized collection or integrated set of specialized programs that controls the overall operations of a computer. It is a program that must be on any computer for proper booting. Functions of operating system. Following functions are provided by an operating system to the convenience of users. Process management. It is a process by which operating system can control the planning, monitoring, and performance of a CPU. A process is the basic unit of execution in the operating system. Memory management, it is a process of controlling and coordinating computer memory. It ensures that all processes are able to access their memory or not. File management, it is the main function of operating system. It manages all data files in a computer system. Device management, it is a process of managing the operation and maintenance of input-output devices. It also facilitates the interface between all the connected devices. Types of operating system. Types of an operating systems are as follows: batch processing OS, single user OS, multi-user OS, multitasking OS, time sharing OS, real-time operating system, RTOS. Batch processing operating system. In this operating system, a number of jobs are put together and executed as a group. This operating system is responsible for scheduling the jobs according to priority and the resource required. For example, Unix, single user operating system. It is a type of operating system which allows only one user at a time. Operating system for personal computer is a single user OS. They are designed to manage one task at a time. For example, MS-DOS, Windows 9X, multi-user operating system. This OS allows multiple users to access a computer system concurrently. It is used in computer networks that allows same data and applications to be accessed by multiple users at the same time. For example, VMS, multitasking operating system. In this operating system, more than one processes can be executed concurrently. It also allows the user to switch between the running applications. Example, Linux, Unix, Windows 95. Multitasking OS further classified into two types: preemptive multitasking OS, cooperative multitasking OS. Preemptive multitasking OS. It is a type of multitasking that allows computer programs to share operating system and underlying hardware resources. Cooperative multitasking OS. It is the simplest form of multitasking. In it, each program can control the CPU for as long as it needed. Time sharing operating system. This operating system allows multiple programs to simultaneously share the computer resources it provides to each process to be run on, for example, Mac OS. Real-time operating system RTOS. These operating systems are designed to respond to an event within a predetermined time. They are often used in applications such as flight reservation system, military applications, etc. This type of operating system increases the availability and reliability of the system. For example, Linux, etc. There are two types of real-time operating system. Hard real-time OS. Hard RTOS as referred to as an operating that can absolutely guarantee a maximum time for the operation it performs. Soft real-time OS, soft RTOS is referred to as an operating system that cannot absolutely guarantee a maximum time for the operation it performs. User interface. The user interface is one of the most important parts of any operating system. It allows users to easily access and communicate with the applications and the hardware. The user can interact with the computer by using mainly two kinds of interface: GUI, graphical user interface, and CUI, character user interface. Graphical user interface, GUI. It is a computer program that enables a person to communicate with a computer through the use of symbols, visual metaphors, and pointing devices. It is best known for its implementation in Apple products. The first graphical user interface was designed by Xerox Corporation in 1970s. GUI can be found in handheld devices such as MP3 players, portable media players, gaming devices, etc. Character user interface, CUI. It is also known as command line interface, CLI. CUI is a mechanism of interacting with a computer system or software by typing commands to perform specific tasks. CUI only uses text types one after another, just as commands used in MS-DOS. Some important operating systems are as follows. Unix. The first version of Unix was developed in 1969 by Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie. It is primarily used to a server rather than a workstation and should not be used by anyone who does not understand the system. Apple Macintosh, Mac OS. It was introduced in January 1984 by Steve Jobs and was initially named as System Software, which was later renamed as Mac OS. Linux. The first Linux kernel was released in September 1991 by Linus Torvalds. It is an open source software. Linux is similar to Unix in operations. It is difficult to understand by anyone. Microsoft Windows. It is an operating system based on GUI developed by Microsoft. Microsoft first introduced an operating environment named Windows in November 1985 in response to the growing interest in GUIs. Mobile operating system. This OS operates on smartphones, tablets, and digital mobile devices. It controls mobile devices, and its design supports wireless communication and different types of mobile applications. It has built-in support for mobile multimedia formats. Some popular mobile operating systems are as follows. Android. It is mobile OS developed by Google, which is based on Linux. It is basically designed for touchscreen mobile devices like tablets, smartphones, etc. Nowadays, it is most common used in mobile phones. The latest version of Android is Pie, which was released on 6th August 2018. Symbian. It is the OS developed and sold by Symbian Limited. It is an open source mobile OS designed for smartphones. It has been used by many major handset manufacturers, including Motorola, Nokia, Samsung, Sony, etc. The latest version of Symbian is Nokia Bell, which was released in October 2012. iOS. It is the popular mobile operating system developed by Apple Incorporation. This operating system is commonly used in Apple iPhone, iPod Touch, iPad, etc. The latest version of iOS is iOS 11.4.1, which was released on 9th July 2018. BlackBerry. It is the most secure operating system used in leading smartphones developed by BlackBerry Company. It also supports WAP 1.2. The latest version of BlackBerry is BlackBerry OS 10.3.3, which was released in 2016. MS-DOS, Microsoft Disk Operating System. The DOS OS was developed by Microsoft in 1980 for microcomputers. MS-DOS was the first operating system that ran on PC developed by IBM Corporation in 1981. DOS is a single user operating system. It is only operating system which can be loaded in the main memory of the computer using a single disk. Structure of DOS. There are four essential programs associated with the control of computer and the way it interacts with them. The boot record, it includes loading the operating system into main memory. It is the main program of MS-DOS. The basic input-output system, BIOS.sys, it provides an interface between the hardware and programs. The MS-DOS.sys program, it is a collection of program routines and data tables that provides high-level programs such as application programs. The command.com program, it provides a standard set of commands that gives users access to file management, configuration, and miscellaneous functions. Configuration of DOS, config.sys, autoexec.bat, and files provide the environment to computer to set commands. Config.sys, it adjusts the system according to commands. Autoexec.bat, when the system is powered on, this file executes in automatically command line. Important extensions and their meaning. .exe, executable files. .com, command files. BAT, batch files. Doc, document files. TXT, text files. PRG, program files. OVR, overlays. SIs, system files. Types of MS-DOS commands. There are two kinds of MS-DOS command, internal and external. Internal commands. These commands are automatically loaded into main memory when the booting process gets completed. For example, date, time, VER, VOL, DIR, copy, CLS, etc. External commands. These commands require external files to be loaded in the computer to run. For example, checking disk, comparing disk, formatting, etc. Important commands and their uses. Call one batch program from another. CD, change directory, move to a specific folder. CLS, clear the screen. Copy one or more files to another location. Date, display or set the date. Delete one or more files. DIR, display a list of files and folders. Erase, delete one or more files. Edit, view and edit files. Exit, quit the current script routine and set an error level. Format, to erase and prepare the disk drive. F, conditionally perform a command. MD, create new folders. Move files from one folder to another. Path, display or set a search path for executable files. Print, prints data to a printer port. REN, rename a file or directory. RD, remove an empty directory. Sort input and displays the output to the screen. Start a program, command or batch file. Time, display or set the system time. Type, display the contents of a text file. VER, display version information. Xcopy, copy multiple files, directories or drives from one location to another. Let's practice some questions of operating system. Question 1. Which of the following is a function of an operating system? Options are process management, data analysis, web browsing, graphic design. None of the above. Correct answer option is A, process management. Because one of the key functions of an operating system is process management. It manages processes running on a computer, ensuring that each process has sufficient resources and is executed properly. The other options, such as data analysis, web browsing, and graphic design, are specific tasks handled by applications, not the OS itself. Question 2. What type of operating system allows only one user at a time? Options are multi-user, batch processing, single user, real-time, time sharing. Correct answer option is C, single user. Because A single user OS is designed to allow only one user to use the system at a time, as opposed to multi-user systems which allow simultaneous access by multiple users. Multi-user OS, batch processing OS, and other options allow different forms of user access or task processing. Question 3. What does GUI stand for? Options are General User Interface, Graphical User Interface, Graphical Utility Interface, General Utility Interface, none of the above. Correct answer option is B, Graphical User Interface, because GUI stands for Graphical User Interface, which allows users to interact with the computer using visual elements such as icons, buttons, and windows, as opposed to command line interfaces. The other options don't accurately define the GUI. Question 4. What is a characteristic of a real-time operating system, RTOS? Options are it allows only one user at a time. It responds to events within a predetermined time. It is used for batch processing. It does not manage memory. None of the above. Correct answer option is B. It responds to events within a predetermined time. Because a real-time OS, RTOS, is designed to process events or data within a specific time frame. This is critical for systems like embedded systems, robotics, or medical equipment where timely responses are essential. Unlike other OS types, RTOS prioritizes the timely execution of tasks. Question 5. Which of the following is an example of a multitasking operating system? Options are MS-DOS, Windows 95, VMS, Batch OS, none of the above. Correct answer option is B, Windows 95. Because Windows 95 is an example of a multitasking OS as it allows multiple applications to run simultaneously. MS-DOS is not a multitasking OS, and VMS, Virtual Memory System, and Batch OS don't focus on multitasking in the same way. Question 6. Which of the following is a characteristic of cooperative multitasking OS? Options are the OS can preempt running tasks. Each program can control the CPU for as long as it needs. It is more efficient than preemptive multitasking. It does not allow multiple applications to run. None of the above. Correct answer option is B. Each program can control the CPU for as long as it needs. Because in a cooperative multitasking OS, programs run until they voluntarily release control of the CPU. Unlike preemptive multitasking, where the OS can interrupt tasks to give others CPU time, cooperative multitasking relies on each task to manage its own execution time. This can lead to inefficiencies if a task fails to release the CPU. Question 7. In which type of OS are jobs executed as a group? Options are multi-user, batch processing, time sharing, real time, single user. Correct answer option is B, batch processing. Because in a batch processing OS, jobs or tasks are collected into batches and processed together without user interaction. This contrasts with real-time or time-sharing systems where tasks are processed individually or interactively. Question 8. What is the main purpose of file management in an OS? Options are to manage CPU scheduling, to manage data files in a computer system, to manage memory allocation, to manage input-output devices. None of the above. Correct answer option is B, to manage data files in a computer system. Because file management in an OS handles the organization, storage, retrieval, and manipulation of data files. It provides the user and programs with an efficient way to store and access files on storage devices. The other options relate to memory, CPU scheduling, or input-output management, which are not part of file management. Question 9. Which of the following is a disadvantage of cooperative multitasking? Options are: it can lead to unresponsive applications if one program does not yield control. It is more complex than preemptive multitasking. It requires more CPU resources. It is less efficient than hard real-time OS. None of the above. Correct answer option is A. It can lead to unresponsive applications if one program does not yield control. Because in cooperative multitasking, each process must voluntarily yield control of the CPU to allow other tasks to run. If a process fails to do so, it can monopolize the CPU, making the system unresponsive or causing other programs to hang. Question 10. Which of the following is an example of a batch processing operating system? Options are Windows 10, MS-DOS, Unix, Mac OS. None of the above. Correct answer option is C, Unix. Because batch processing involves executing jobs in a group without user interaction. While Unix can be used for batch processing, it is not specifically a batch processing OS. The other options, Windows 10, MS-DOS, Mac OS, are not typically classified as batch systems. Question 11. Who developed the first version of Unix? Options are Bill Gates, Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie, Steve Jobs, Linus Torvalds, Mark Zuckerberg. Correct answer option is B, Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie. Because the first version of Unix was developed by Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie at AT&T Bell Labs in 1969. Dennis Ritchie also created the C programming language, which was essential for Unix's development. Question 12. Which operating system is based on Linux and developed by Google? Options are iOS, Windows, Android, BlackBerry OS, Mac OS. Correct answer option is C, Android. Because Android is an operating system based on the Linux kernel and developed by Google. It is primarily used for mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets. Question 13. What is the purpose of the command.com program in MS-DOS? Options are to load the operating system, to provide a standard set of commands, to manage memory, to handle network connections. None of the above. Correct answer option is B, to provide a standard set of commands. Because the command.com program in MS-DOS is responsible for interpreting and executing text-based commands. It is the command line interface for interacting with the operating system. Question 14. What is the function of the BIOS.sys program in MS-DOS? Options are to provide an interface between hardware and programs, to load the operating system, to manage file systems, to execute batch files. None of the above. Correct answer option is A, to provide an interface between hardware and programs. Because the BIOS.sys program in MS-DOS acts as a low-level system program that provides the necessary interface between the operating system and the hardware components, like the keyboard, screen, and storage devices. Question 15. Which of the following is an external command in MS-DOS? Options are date, time, format, CLS, VER. Correct answer option is C, format. Because Format is an external command in MS-DOS used to format a disk. Unlike internal commands like dir, external commands require separate program files. Question 16. Which of the following is not a type of MS-DOS command? Options are internal commands, external commands, batch commands, system commands, none of the above. Correct answer option is C, batch commands. Because while batch commands are scripts containing multiple MS-DOS commands, they are not technically categorized as a type of MS-DOS command. The main types are internal commands and external commands. Question 17. Which of the following is a feature of mobile operating systems? Options are they are designed for desktop computers. They support wireless communication and mobile applications. They do not support multimedia formats. They are primarily used for server management. None of the above. Correct answer option is B. They support wireless communication and mobile applications. Because mobile operating systems like Android and iOS are designed to support mobile applications and wireless communication, making them suitable for smartphones and other mobile devices. Question 18. Which of the following is a characteristic of the Android operating system? Options are it is developed by Microsoft, it is based on Linux, it is exclusively for Apple devices. It is a closed source operating system. None of the above. Correct answer option is B. It is based on Linux. Because Android is based on the Linux kernel and is an open source operating system primarily used for mobile devices. Question 19. Which of the following is a feature of the BlackBerry operating system? Options are it is open source. It is known for its security features. It is primarily used for gaming. It does not support wireless communication. None of the above. Correct answer option is B. It is known for its security features. Because BlackBerry OS is known for its strong security features, particularly for encrypted communications and secure data management, which made it popular among businesses and governments. Question 20. Which command is used to print data to a printer port in MS-DOS? Options are print, copy, type, dir. None of the above. Correct answer option is A, print. Because the print command is used to send data to a printer from the MS-DOS command prompt.